Okay, here we go again now. How many times are you going to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again? You keep going on and on rambling. Almost every video that you've had since I've known you and had the pleasure to sit down and exchange words with you, via video messaging or email, how many times are you going to sit there and just keep calling black people sick? And the main reason, your reasonings for calling us sick is just as flawed as you are. I don't understand. It's been a while, not a while, but since maybe a little couple of weeks or so since I actually responded or so to any of your video posts. During that time, all I would do is just, kind of go online just to see what new topics you would post, if you would post any new topics. And it seems like, I don't know if it's because you lack creativity or you just don't have any other things to talk about, but you really need to get off the black people and really focus on other areas and aspects of life instead of keep repeating the same message over and over and over. Now, I'm surprised YouTube hasn't flagged your account for this type of repetitiveness, because we've already been down this road many, many times before. When are you going to actually come up with something else that is more unique and interesting and more, that would actually facilitate a decent conversation with a purpose and full of meaning? You keep saying what black people are, what black people are. Well, then guess what? You are too, because the last time I looked at you, you look black. So I don't know why you keep saying, the things that you say about black folks, because number one, you are black, and the same flaws that you see in us, you have them too. You're not an exception to any rule up in here. We are all human. The human race issue, the human race factor is what you talked about. We are all human, yes. One thing about it, yes, different races does have preferential treatment, and that's just a fact of life that I've learned personally to accept and deal with. I don't dwell on it, because the more I tend to dwell on something like that, the angrier I will become, and that's when the situation will consume me, and I refuse to be consumed by anybody or anything. So with that being said, I just tend to just, do my thing and handle my own business, not ignoring what's going on out there, because of course I live in the world where all of this stuff is going on. My message to you is that you need to really, really, really come up with something else that is more interesting, because everything that you're saying is a bit repetitive. And again, you may get the same response from the same type of people because you're not being creative. Creativity means stepping out of that box that you created, this box where you call yourself trying to unify the black population, trying to uplift by telling what you would perceive as being the truth. You need to step out of that box and really, really examine and look at other avenues on what you can talk about. There are so many other things that can be talked about on YouTube, but you just tend to keep focusing on the issues about skin color, the uniqueness of one race, the disparities of another race, what black men and black women don't do, what they need to do, all this and the other. I'm like, okay, J Love, how many videos of these type of things are you going to continue to talk about? It's old. You lack creativity. And I mean, I'm not saying that to be mean, but you really do. You lack creativity. You're not willing to step outside the box to really explore different avenues, as far as different topics that may be of interest to people other than someone's skin color, or who likes who or who don't like who, and whatever the case may be in that mind of yours. Talk about education and all that other type of stuff. I mean, talk about something that has a purpose that can help somebody overcome a problem. I mean, instead of always focusing on this negative BS. I mean, that's all it is. It's just BS. I don't know if it's because you're really running out of ideas, but I mean, consult with YouTube people. I mean, you're a partner with them, right? Ask them to give you some ideas or something on what you could do to make yourself, to make yourself a little bit more versatile, because it's like you have a one-track mind, and it's like you stick on the same thing, and it's like you will sit there and ride it and ride it and ride it to the point where it's just not fun anymore. It's not interesting anymore. It's like you took the excitement out of whatever it is you're talking about, because you're not willing to step outside the box to explore other avenues on how this situation can be looked at from other aspects. And that's a shame. I mean, as long as you've been on YouTube, and all these other types of things, I would think that you would learn that by now. I mean, I'm not here to try to down you or anything like that, but You really need to step it up. You really do. I mean, you may be popular and all this other type of stuff, but you know, I follow you on YouTube. I don't really comment on every video that you have. I mean, but I keep a running tab on what you talk about and stuff like that. And this issue is old. The last video that I think that you did that kind of is in some way, shape, or form similar to this one is that you were saying black people are hopeless. And I'm like, where in the world do you get off calling a black person hopeless? Who made you king of the black folks? Who made you the ultimate messiah on how to direct on, you know, and how to teach and direct and delegate black people on how they're supposed to live? Nobody gave you that right. So you don't have no reason to sit there and try to take away other people's rights to voice their opinions about your stupidity. And that's just the way that it goes. I mean, everybody, you know, and one of your key traits that is really a bad thing in this case is that when people disagree with you, you all of a sudden get on the offensive and want to call them all these different type of offensive names. I've become used to it personally because, number one, it doesn't matter to me because you probably in this lifetime will never get the chance to meet me personally, so it really doesn't matter to me what you have to say about me or how you may think of me. But one thing about it is that it's just the fact that when you got people who are willing to step out and challenge you, you get all offensive, and the next thing you know, you want to threaten to block them or do that other type of stuff. Because remember, you said that you would do that to me as well, and I said, well, why don't you? But you never did do it. So I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. You know, step it up. You really do need to step it up and really up your game on this YouTube thing, because these topics that you're talking about, they're tired and old. They are just tired, old, and washed up. It's like you just keep, it's like this thing that you just want to keep riding forever. I mean, it's a shame that ignorance come in such a small package. I mean, that's just plain. I mean, that's just being truthfully and blatantly honest. It's a shame that ignorance comes in such a small package, referring to you. You know, but like I say, you know, that's my right to voice my opinion on what you say. And I'm pretty sure that I have a whole bunch of other people that probably would be in agreement with that statement. But like I say, you know, I could go on and on and on about, you know, how pointless and really how your videos do just the opposite of what you say your purpose is. But it will be a complete waste of time because, of course, you're a strong-minded individual. You are very set in your ways. You are very hell-bent on causing chaos and, you know, confusion within your race. And then when somebody tries to bring the truth to you, you want to call them a self-hater. Well, you can call me anything you want. I don't hate nobody. And I certainly don't hate myself. Because I have to live with myself and look at myself in the mirror every day. And I like what I see. Can you say the same thing for you? Alright? That's all I have to say for now. Peace.